Hey y'all, it's Sabrina, and for this week's video, I'm going to be discussing with you 9 different reasons why you should work at a summer camp. Now, in general, I'm super biased when it comes to this job because if you ask me what my favorite job is, not just specifically seasonal jobs, but in general, I'm going to tell you every time without fail, it was being a summer camp counselor. Now, depending on who you are, what your goals are, what type of summer camp you're going to, and what specific camp you're going to, the reasons to actually work at a summer camp are going to change. And because of that fact, I want to try to reach as many people as possible. So whatever type of summer camp you are going to, these things will and can apply to you. As always, I have timestamps in the description below, so let's get started. Number 1 is that your training is paid for. So obviously when you're applying to specific jobs within a summer camp, there are certain skills that you do need to come to the table with. However, if you are looking to be, for example, a canoe teacher, but you've only went canoeing a couple of times, you don't know too much about it, that is okay. Your summer camp is going to put you in the course to get your certificate for you to be able to teach. Personally, when I was younger, I dabbled in archery as a hobby, but I never really went any further than that. When I was applying for the camp, I talked about my hobby, how interested I was in the sport, and I was hired as a level 1 archery instructor. My camp put me through the training course. I learned what I needed to learn, and it's been almost 5 years now where I've been teaching archery and now riflery as well, because my camp was able to train me in that. In the majority of cases, the certificate that you earn is not specifically for that camp. The certification is legitimate, and it's something that you can take with you when you go to future jobs. You can put it on your resume and you can get it renewed year after year. That also goes for CPR certifications or even lifeguard courses. And once the summer's over, your certificate does not expire. Normally, most lifeguard or CPR certifications or level 1 instructor certificates last 1 to 2 years. And if you decide to go back to your summer camp, they'll just recert you as needed. Number 2 is the experiences that you get. You yourself, as a counselor or staff member at the camp, get to experience the different activities and events that the campers do as well. Depending on your camp, this could mean anything from tie-dyeing to horseback riding, things that you've never had a chance to do, or cultivating your own skills in activities and hobbies that you used to do or that you love doing. If you're someone who loves to sail and be on the water, and you're now a sailing instructor in camp, that's your whole summer, teaching other campers how to sail and being on the water yourself. Or maybe you're at a basketball camp. Not only do you get to play and teach that sport, but you get to do it for the entire summer, and that's your actual job. You're getting paid for it. What other job can you actually say that? Of course, the different events and the celebrations that go on, you're also a part of that and get to participate as well. And depending on what type of camp you're at, you may get to go on field trips. Maybe one week you're going bowling with your campers, and the next you're going to a museum. Again, it's at no cost to you. Overall, the activities that you get to participate in and actually teach, as well as the events and the activities that go on at camp, it is so much fun. Number 3 is the staff and the fellow counselors. So what's really cool about camp is that you have people from all over. Maybe some of the people that you're working with were campers at this camp and grew up to be counselors. Some, it's their first time and they're from all the way across the country, and others are international. A lot of summer camps have international staff that are coming over on a J1 visa. You get to make friends from all over the world. And not only are you sharing these memories and experiences with them, but you're learning about new cultures, learning different languages, new skills, things you didn't know before. And they're a shoulder that you can lean on when you need support or help yourself throughout your camp season. And I guarantee you some of these people are going to be your friends for a very long time. You're going to keep in contact with them long after your camp days are over. I can tell you that when I've traveled to various countries, I've met up with camp friends that I haven't seen in years, but we still have that connection and we're still good friends. And I know that if they're ever in my part of the US, they are more than welcome to stay with me as well. Number 4 is your campers. The campers are honestly one of my absolute favorite things about summer camp. Working with them, you get to be in a fun, silly, and positive environment for your entire summer. You're constantly smiling and laughing and creating these memories for them that they are not going to forget. To them, you're not just their teacher or their counselor. You're their big sister, their mentor, someone to lean on for support, someone to go for advice to, or even just to vent to. While being in this role, you get the chance to make their experience one that they're never going to forget. I promise you that as the years go by, it doesn't matter if 10 years pass, they are always going to remember who their camp counselor was. And in turn, you're going to learn a lot more from them than you actually think. And it's kind of strange sometimes because they're the kids and you're the adult. Yet in a lot of situations, they're the ones unknowingly teaching you. From them, you learn things that you forget as you're growing up, from how to have fun and be silly, or something as simple as what patience can look like. And as a counselor, don't worry if you don't know it all. You're not going to know everything, and that's okay. That's what your fellow staff members are there for. You can lean on them, you can make mistakes, but at the end of the day, your camper is going to take away all of the good memories that you've made for them. Number 5 is all of your expenses are paid for. Now, this will vary depending on the type of camp or what camp you're going to or how long you're actually going to be at this camp. If you're working at a day camp, maybe your lunch or dinner will be provided. If you're working at a camp that lasts year long and you're living there, they're taking care of your housing and your 3 meals a day. Depending how your camp works, sometimes your transportation to and from that camp will be reimbursed, or at least partially. And a lot of camps will even provide pillows and bed sheets or sleeping bags, as well as laundry facilities, or have a laundry system where they ship out their laundry and then it comes back to you clean and fresh. Some camps have transportation that's provided for you, not just to and from the events and activities that your campers are going to, but resources for you on your days off for you to be able to get to and from town to pick up supplies you need, or just have a good relaxing day when it is your time off. So either ask your camp or check out their website to figure out what is and what is not provided for you so that you can be prepared when you head to camp. And then of course, this is a real job. You are being paid. And a lot of that salary, if you're not spending it like crazy on your days off, you can put it away to save. Number 6 is the environment that you're in. In this case, I mean the actual physical environment. When choosing a camp to go to, it's important to find out what is the location of this camp. A lot of summer camps are kind of more out in the wilderness. That means you are surrounded by your natural environment. This is viewing lakes or maybe the ocean and mountains and pine trees, being away from the city lights so the stars are super clear at night, and just getting overall to breathe the fresh air that nature provides. One thing that I love about camp is that you really get to step away from society and get back to nature and get back to you. No, it's not for everybody, but it's one of those things you don't realize you need until you get the chance to do it. There's nothing more refreshing than getting a chance to interact with your natural world and just be around people again and away from the screen. It allows both your emotions and your mind to relax and unwind and not have to worry about all those crazy things going on back home, because you're now kind of in this camp bubble, and what's in front of you and what's going on in camp, that becomes what's important in your life. Even just for a moment, even if it's just for the summer. There are so many benefits to being out in nature and away from society and just taking a break. The activities you get to do, the camping trips and the hiking that you get to go on are healthy for your body, and overall you develop this new appreciation for the natural world around you. Number 7 is the resume boost. Being a camp counselor or working at a summer camp looks great on your resume, because as a camp counselor, you're not just facilitating games and activities and watching over kids, you are doing so much more. You're developing a lot of different soft skills that you are able to take with you long after the summer's over and use in your future jobs. As a camp counselor, you've worked with kids and staff members from different cultures, different backgrounds. You constantly have to maintain a positive front, create and work in a positive environment, learn to adapt to different situations, improvise in almost all situations, mediate, address different issues, create lesson plans. And if you're an international coming to a summer camp in the US, you're living and working in a place that not only has a completely different culture than yours, but maybe speaks a different language. It's something that employers will be impressed by. Number 8 is the travel aspect. Now, I do want to put a disclaimer on this. I'm not saying that through a summer camp, you can travel all over the world. Maybe that's true and your summer camp that you're going to does provide that. But when you go to a summer camp, remember you are working and you are living in that one spot. And if it's rural, it's going to be far away from other places. So depending on who you are, where you're going, your travel may take place before or after the camp season ends. However, if you are from a different state or different country, you are getting a chance to travel to a new country or a new state or a new city or town that you've never been before. And you get to spend the whole summer there. During your time off, you get to explore the towns or maybe even the cities that are nearby. And at a lot of camps, you're getting to explore the natural wonders, maybe a national park that you're next to, or mountains and trails and hikes and natural experiences that you've always wanted to have and places that you want to explore. And if you're an international worker coming over on a J1 visa, then your visa pretty much sets you up to work at camp for the summer, save the money you work, and have that 30 days or however much time your visa allows you to be to explore the rest of the US. The travel aspect of camp definitely depends where you are and what your idea of travel is. Personally, the summer camp that I've been working for the past 5 years, the city's about an hour away, and I love going to that city and exploring new things, but one of my favorite parts of that travel is at the camp I work at, we get to go on backpacking trips and we get to go on hiking trips. This means exploring new mountains and paths of the Appalachian Trail that I've always wanted to go to and always have wanted the chance to hike. So you do get to see a lot and go a lot of places when you're working at a summer camp. Last but not least, at number 9 is the camp spirit. This is something that I feel like is really hard to put into words, but there is a reason that people who work at a summer camp go back year after year. My first year at a summer camp, it was kind of a last minute decision, and I was like, I'm only gonna be here for one summer. That summer turned into 5, and I'm sure it'll keep going down the road. And honestly, I can't stay away. Even those who live overseas and are only coming here for that one summer experience, you'll find that they do their best to do a second summer, and some even make it their summer job. off, even though they're a whole ocean away. You have experiences, memories at camp that long after the summer's over, you are not going to forget. Bonds that you create, the things that you learn about yourself, and just the overall positive and happy environment that you get to be in, it's a place that becomes your summer home. Even on the off season, when you meet someone who's worked at a summer camp, not even your summer camp, just one in general, there's this instant connection and understanding that you are both summer camp people, and that is a very fun aspect. I really do wish there was a way I could explain this better or put it into words, but I guess it's just something that you're gonna have to experience yourself during your summer at your summer camp. That is all for this week's video. Honestly, working at a summer camp, there are so many reasons to do it. It's a job I highly recommend. I do truly believe that there is a place for everyone at summer camps because there are so many different kinds of summer camps. If you're not a wilderness person, maybe you're a sports camp person. Maybe you want to do a day camp, a religion camp. You have so many options, and you don't have to just be a camp counselor. You could be maintenance or support staff or work in the kitchen. Where you go and what you do, it's really up to you. Definitely look into your options, and honestly, I say just go for it. If you yourself are a summer camp person, whether you're a camper or a counselor, you're going back for your 10th season, or you haven't been to camp in 10 years, let me know if you agree or disagree with any of the points that I mentioned down below in the comments. And until next time, I hope this helps.